Hey, welcome back guys. This is Joey and you're watching The Corporate Mechanic, a show that features tips on management, leadership, and various other topics along the same areas. So if you're a first-time manager, somebody who's new at leadership, this is the channel for you to get these valuable insights coming from me and various other leaders. Okay, so if you'd like to know more about management, please do subscribe to this channel, hit the notification button, and click on like and just leave a comment if you'd like to talk about any topic on management that you would like us to feature on this channel. So today we'll be talking about how to make people follow you. Alright? So paano ba natin mapapasunod ang mga tao natin? So this is something that is very relevant if you are a first-time manager, somebody who is starting out on his leadership career. So paano ba natin sila mapapasunod? Okay? Now, madaming paraan yan. Okay? There are many ways and many variables about it, to get people to follow you. But generally speaking, we have what we call the different forms of power. Now, these forms of power are ways by which you can make people follow you depending on the situation, depending on what you have, and so on and so forth. Now, one thing that I would like to point out is that while these forms of power can work, some of them you have to really think about, dapat bang ito ang gawin natin? So, iba-iba sila ng degrees of effectivity. There are those that are very effective given a certain situation. There are those that are not as effective. So, madaming factors yan. But then again, I'd like to point out five of these forms of power that are very much common across the board. And these are the ones that are being used by a lot of people a lot of times. Okay, so what are these five forms of power? First is what we call formal power. Formal power is power that you get out of your position, out of your office. Okay? So, kunwari, na-promote ka. Okay? So, for first-time managers, kunwari, kaka-promote lang sa inyo. One thing that you will slowly notice is that as time progresses, hindi na first name ang tawag sa'yo. Kunwari, uy, Joey, hindi na ganon. Hindi na, psst, wala nang ganon. Sir, ma'am, miss, nagiging gano'n na ang tawag sa atin. Hindi dahil sa tumatanda tayo, but because of the fact that we now hold a position. And that position creates power. Okay? So, by default, susunod yan dahil may posisyon ka. That is formal power. The next type of power is what we call referent power. Referent power naman is power that you get from people who have given you authority to do things. So, kunwari, inutusan ka ng Vice President, bisor ka, inutusan ka ng Vice President, sabi sa'yo, kausapin mo yung mga tao, sabihin mo, kailangan makuha na natin yung reports nila today. Pag lumapit ka dun sa mga tao, hey guys, kailangan na natin yung report. Sir, ano ba yan? Mga next week ko pa matatapos ganyan-ganyan. Sabi ni boss, kakausap ko lang kanina, kailangan daw ngayon. Ganun ba? O sige, mag-OT kami, tatapusin na namin. So if you notice, napasunod mo sila not because of your own power, but because you referenced somebody else. That is referent power. You are using somebody else's power. The third type is what we call expert power. This is power that you get because you are the expert. You are the person who knows what to do. You are the one who has all the knowledge that is needed in order to execute the task or the job. Susunod ang mga tao sa'yo kasi alam mo ang ginagawa mo. That is the expert form of power. Okay? Next, we have what we call reward-oriented power. Reward-oriented power naman is power that you get because of your ability to provide rewards and incentives. So ito madalas ginagamit ng madaming managers to. This is very effective. Yung tipo kunwari, kailangan mo magtrabaho yung mga tao mo, anong gagawin mo? Lilibre mo. 'Di ba? Bibigyan mo ng incentives. Oh guys, pag natapos natin to ngayon, magpapapizza ako. 'Di ba? Pag na-meet natin yung deadline natin, ano tayo, lunch out tayo or something like that. You know, the fact that they get something, the fact na may mapapala sila, they are incentivized, they are rewarded. So you use that. You use a carrot to get people to do things. Okay? That's reward-oriented power. The opposite of that is the fifth form. This is what we call coercive power. Okay? Or power that you have because of your ability to penalize. Okay? Because of your ability to penalize, because of this is the stick. If one is the carrot, this one is the stick. So ito naman, susunod yung mga tao sa'yo kasi natatakot sila. Dinadaan mo sa takot, dinadaan mo sa dahas. Diba? May sasabihin ka sa mga tao mo, oh, pag yan, hindi nyo natapos, yari kayo sa akin. Diba? Masususpendi kayo, mamememuhan ko kayo, lalabas sa record mo yan, baksak ang performance evaluation mo, and other forms of threats and coercions. People will follow you because they are scared, because they are afraid. Now, will that work? Yeah, it will. But remember this, that if that works, you burn a lot of social capital. Okay? Susunod yan, pero medyo galit, medyo masama ang loob. So, hindi rin sila ganun ka-productive. Okay? They will do the bare minimum to follow. So, it's not the best form of power. Unfortunately, and this is something that I've observed as a manager, a lot of younger managers use that. Okay? Use that. They try to create this image that, you know, you should fear me because I am the boss. Unfortunately, there are a lot of managers who do that. But, you know what? That is actually the worst form of power. Sa lahat ng mga sinabi ko, as well as all the others that I did not mention, that is the one form of power that you should try to avoid doing or using. Huwag nyo gagamitin yan. Okay? Hanggat sa maaari, huwag nyo gamitin yan. Use all the other forms of power except that. Of course, if all else fails, then probably it's high time to use coercive form of power, penalty as they call it. But use that sparingly. In fact, if you are to lead and if you want people to follow you, the best form of power to use is what you call expert power. Okay? Be the expert. Actually, sa lahat ng binanggit ko, expert form of power is the only form of power that does not require you to be in a position of authority. So, kahit hindi ikaw yung boss, susunod ang tao sa inyo. Bakit? Kasi you show expertise, you show competence, you show that you know what you are doing. And that creates trust in your subordinates. People will follow you because alam nila na alam mo yung ginagawa mo. Okay? Napakalaking bagay nun. Ito isipin nyo, you know, in your office, in your families, in the government even. Di ba parang ang hirap sumunod kapag yung boss mo o yung leader mo hindi alam yung ginagawa. Di ba? Ang hirap sumunod pag ganun. Parang sigurado ba yung sa sinasabi niya? Di ba? So, wag ganun. Don't show that you don't know what you're doing. And if you don't know, try to know. Try to be the expert. Gain the knowledge necessary in order for you to be able to do your job well. Okay? So that's part of how people will follow you. In fact, the right order is this. Be the expert. If not, use reward-oriented power. Manlibre ka. Okay, kung hindi mo alam, manlibre ka na lang. Kung hindi yan, use your position. Because you're the boss, people should be following you. Kung hindi pa rin, isubong mo sa totoong boss. Use referent power. And if not, that's the time that you use coercion or penalty. Okay? So there. So I do hope I was able to give you some insights on how to make people follow you. You know, try these things in your office, in your organizations, and see how it works. You know, I'm pretty sure that if you use more of the better forms of power, it will help you succeed as a leader and to make people follow you better. Okay, so if you have questions, comments, please do put that in the comment section. Again, please subscribe to this channel, hit the notification button, and so that you get notified whenever we have new episodes all about management. Okay, so thank you guys for watching and stay blessed. Have a good day.